Citizens with a migration background are an emergent electoral force, but they remain underrepresented in most European parliaments. This doesn't hold for the Netherlands, where their presence in parliament has approximated their percentage of the population. Within this group, the grand majority have been women, particularly in the period between 1998 and 2010. In other words, women with a migration background are much better represented than ethnic majority women. Since 2010, men and women with a migration background are equally present in parliament. Existing research cannot explain the electoral success of women with a migration background, because it either looks at women or citizens with a migration background. So how should we explain the advantage of female politicians with a migration background over men? To explain the composition of politicians with a migration background in Dutch parliament, I look at the phase prior to their election. Recruitment and selection. My study covers 9 elections, from 1986 to 2012. I analyzed statutes of political parties and conducted interviews with party officials to understand selection procedures and diversity management. I also studied the position of the in total 167 candidates with a migration background on election lists. I find that first-generation female candidates with a migration background in winnable positions predominantly belong to the Labour Party. Being more open to women with a migration background is the outcome of a leftist ideology combined with the achievements of feminism. A solid feminist infrastructure provided women with a migration background with networks. Consequently, there was a bigger supply of women with a migration background than men. Yet, this advantage was temporarily and only applied to the first generation. Since 2010, men with a migration background made up 50% of the candidates in winnable positions. They belong to the second generation. Many run for liberal and right-wing parties that do not promote diversity. What the different trajectories of women and men with a migration background have in common is that the gateway to political power is to assimilate into the dominant group.